Hi, it's Brian Newman with the Spotlight of Business Owner Show, and today we're thrilled to have Austin Sweet. He's a health insurance advisor. Hi, Austin. How are you?
Hey Brian, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, so before we get started, I wanted to ask you, can you elaborate a little bit about your background and then how you got into the insurance business?
Yeah, so currently I'm licensed here in Arizona since 2019, and I'm licensed across 11 states and always growing. I first originally got into insurance coming out of car sales, kind of just thinking that this was going to be a really good opportunity to make a bunch of money. Not that easy. It's more about the long term. So it's more about thinking like, who can I help and who can I keep with me moving forward for many years to come? It's not just like this quick fix and goodbye. So I really like this. It's a lot more than just selling a car. It's more of how can I fix a problem for you and how can I keep helping you? So I like that a lot better.
Oh, nice. No, and I know, everyone needs insurance, especially with COVID and all these ailments that
Hmm.
people come down with, and the aging population, getting older, and no. So what, health insurance qualifications? Yeah, what do you need to qualify? For a family.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Typically, if you're looking at like maybe like a government plan or ACA marketplace, whatever you want to call it, that's typically going to be looking at like maybe your income. Like, are you lower income? Maybe you qualify for a large subsidy or some sort of savings off of the premium, so you get some help there. Or if maybe you're looking at like a private plan, that's going to be more based on your health. So are you super healthy? Maybe you qualify for that a little bit better and you could see like $0 deductibles or $0 copays. It's just really what you qualify for is more based off of your health, right? So are you super
Uh-huh.
healthy? You're probably going to have a little bit better premium rates or networks that you have access to. Does
Oh,
that answer your
okay.
question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and then for the layperson that's out there listening, you know, uh, can you explain what is a deductible versus the maximum out-of-pocket cost?
Yeah, the deductible, that's a tricky one for a lot of people because that's the amount of money that you're responsible for each year that you have to pay. So let's say you had a plan that had like an $8,000 deductible. Every single year you have to meet that deductible before the plan moves into the next stage, which is where you're going to start going towards that max out of pocket. So after that 8K, you might move into like a 20/80 split or a 70/30 split where you're going to start trickling in some money until you reach that maximum out of pocket. Let's just say 9,000 for this example, and then the plan's going to take over the rest. But you have to do that every single year to make sure that the plan's paying out the full benefits. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. No, so again, yeah, when people are buying insurance, they got to make sure that to ask, about the deductible and that
Yeah.
maximum out of pocket,
Yeah,
that's
it's got to be
critical.
something affordable that you can achieve within that year, something that you think you're probably going to be meeting on a regular basis might be something smart to plan for. And then after hitting that deductible, how much more money do I have to pitch in before I'm clear?
Oh,
So
okay.
it's kind of also important to think like, what's your maximum obligation to this plan every year?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't realize if they, have an emergency and they end up in the hospital, that bill racks up real quick, you know.
Very easily.
I know. No, but yeah, I was going to ask you, who's your ideal client?
My ideal client, I would probably have to say, are just like um, maybe business owners or individuals who are trying to avoid like costly employer plans. I know adding, the wife and the two kids to the employer plan can almost triple the cost. I mean, you can save yourself a lot of money by kind of looking outside of that. So, or the typical business owner who's looking to write off a private plan through their company. That's something that they have the ability to do as a business owner. So you can see some huge benefits there. Really, just anybody would be the best client because my goal is just to help everyone figure out what's the most cost effective coverage for your situation. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, so what happens when you sign up for a coverage that's not right for you?
oh, that's huge. I mean, if you were to just think about it, let's say you've been paying years into this plan. Let's say you had the same plan for 5 years. And you finally go to use it, and oh, it doesn't cover what I thought it covers. Well, not only for the past 5 years have been kind of wasting some of your money, but now you're caught with your pants around your ankles, kind of say, and with a
Yeah.
huge bill. So what do? You're stuck with a $500,000 bill. You paid all this money. You don't have that back. You kind of put you can see where that would spiral out of control. So taking 5 minutes, I say even just every year, just to see what else is out there that you might qualify for better. Is there a new plan available? There's a lot of things that always change in the insurance world. So keep up to
Oh,
date with that, making sure that you're on the best coverage for you each year.
okay. No, so I want to remind our viewers, we're talking to Austin Sweet. Austin, what's the best way for people to reach out and get in touch with you?
I'm super accessible on my Facebook. I know it's kind of the new business normal to be open through Facebook. I love it. I think
Yeah.
it's great. We get to do things like that and see, business shows together and the 101 referral groups. So I love it. It's kind of like have a little office over here or have this infinite office online. But
Oh, I
I'm
know.
also located here in 7th Street and Greenway, so
Yeah.
I can come and meet with you. That's something easy too. We can always set that up. But Facebook's typically the easiest. You can find my phone number, my email on there. We can set up a time to do a Zoom call just like this, or I can come meet with you, however.
Is this number okay for people to call? That's 602
Yep.
315.
hmm That is my
Okay.
personal. I have it right here on my hip at all times. If you need help, you have questions, you just have a quick, hey, I don't really think this is the right plan for me. What do you think? I'll tell you if it's the right plan really quick. Hey, yeah, no, you're fine. Stay right there. You're good.
Oh, okay. Okay. Speaking of that, speaking of plans, yeah, I'm just curious, like, why, like, it seems like a lot of people have plans already. You know what I mean? So why should someone want to switch if they already
Oh,
insurance?
no, yeah. I mean, kind of like what we were talking about before. Let's say you stayed on the same plan for years, and what if a new plan came out that is going to save you some money this year? It's going to offer a little bit better benefits. I know plans from 3 years ago don't offer anything for COVID, but there's
Oh,
plans that just came out this year that offer some sort of benefit dollar amount to pay towards you if you were confined to a hospital. So that's something to think about. Like, not only are the insurance plans themselves changing, but what's going on in the world also affects how the insurance plans are going to have to be structured. So if you have an old plan, it might just be out of date.
oh, okay. How long does it take for you to find someone a good plan?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I go through government, private, pretty much everybody here in the state. So maybe 5 to 10 minutes, a couple quick questions, figure out which side you best qualify for, and then figure out which plan works best for you.
Uh-huh.
So
So you're an advisor, right? Or yeah, you're an advisor, not an agent. Can you like clarify that? What's the difference?
um, I kind of look at it this way, like instead of just being an agent where I'm just trying to get this one line of insurance out, or a broker where I'm just working with government plans specifically, or just Medicaid, or I just like working with everybody. I want to help anybody and everybody, whether it is from Medicaid to government to private plans. I want to figure out what's the most cost effective coverage for you. I'm going to recommend that to you. I'm going to get you the right people or the right company. That's really all. I keep it all.
Oh, okay, okay. No, so what are the different insurance policies that you offer? It's
Yeah,
strictly
so
health, right? It's not like
yeah,
auto.
yes, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
major medical. So like private plans, major medical, catastrophic plans, you know, vision, dental. bit of everything in there. Typically, if you're like you're an employer and you have like a large family that has to go into that plan, we're going to be looking at something to kind of maybe add your family to that, because that might be a little bit more cost effective for you instead of having you jump all into one plan. It just kind of depends, if that makes sense.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, so again, we're talking with Austin Sweet. He's a health insurance advisor. And can you remind people what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Oh yeah. So my phone number right here is 602-315-3839, or you can find me at A Suite Insurance. That's right here on Facebook. Um, or
Oh,
my email.
yeah, can they go to your website? Do you have a website that they could
I
oh,
do. I haven't really done much with my website. I personally just love the way that Facebook has been able to kind of structure and hold kind of this online store essentially, or market area. But my page, I got to work a little bit more on it
oh, okay, okay.
for now.
No, so yeah, Austin, at a minimum, like, for families that are out there, what should like a family of two, with maybe one or two kids, what would you recommend that the coverage be?
You mean as far as like like what, like the dollar amounts
No,
or?
I mean, should they get like, like hospitalization? Can you just get a hospital plan or,
I look at it this way. I'd rather, if you plan on going out into the forest with your truck, I'd rather opt in for the four-wheel drive at the dealership. I wouldn't want to go
uh,
out there and try and shift my two-wheel drive into four-wheel drive because it's just not going to happen. And that's really what the way we have to look at insurance is that yes, you're not going to use it right now driving out the front door, but when you're out there trucking through the weeds, you're probably going to have to use it a lot. And when you do, you want to make sure that you're signing yourself up for something that's going to protect you because it's your plan. So, um, what's the minimum? That's kind of hard to say. I think what's too much? That's what you should be asking. What's too much insurance?
okay.
Have I overinsured myself? Okay, I can back a little bit. I'm spending too much. That's silly. But I don't want to be looking at it like, I could have spent $5 more and had a little extra coverage this time around. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So minimum coverage, full coverage. Have full coverage on every person in your family, because what if something happened?
I know
Are
that's
you
a,
able to swim out of that situation?
yeah, I mean, you could be in debt for a long time. Yeah.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, and one final question is, I've heard of gap insurance, do you guys carry gap insurance?
Me personally, I don't really work with any of like really small plans or like can't remember the names of them off the top of my hand, but um, those plans are great. Like if you're looking for something that's kind of like just bridging the gap per se between employer plans, that would be really good because it kind of just pays you a dollar amount for something that's like, let's say you just went to urgent care for like a sprained wrist or something. Well, that's just going to pay you a dollar amount. Like you're looking at like a bingo sheet. It's going to pay you
Uh-huh.
out X amount of dollars for going to see these lines of services done. But it's something to keep in mind, like we were just talking about, if you were on the hook for like a $500,000 bill or something, and you were only paying a $30 premium, here, insurance company, now pay me $500,000. It just mathematically doesn't work, make sense for anybody. So you got to think that in mind too. It's great to have those just to kind of get you from employer plan to the next plan or whatever it may be, but that's not the full coverage plan you should be staying on long term at all. No.
Oh, okay. All right. So any last words of advice for our viewers?
Yeah, come see me. Come have me help you out. Let's take a look. Like I said, there's tons of plans out there. There's new plans every year. You might qualify for something better. You might qualify for $0 deductibles, a bigger network. You never know. It's 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And yeah, he makes it easy. I mean, give him a call, 602-315-3839. And his office is also available on, what'd you say, 7th Street and Greenway?
Yeah, that's my home office, and then I am located down on 2020 North Central Street, down
Oh,
in Midtown Phoenix too, is my main office. But I've had the luxury of starting a home office, so I'm gonna try and get this going as much as I can here too.
oh, nice, nice. Well, Austin, yeah, thank you so much for being on the show. It's great to
Yeah,
see you.
thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Okay.